All right, it looks like we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ascension Gateway. Happy blessed summer solstice, winter solstice on the other side of the world. And we are really excited to be here tonight. And we have this amazing group here on screen. Diane, Robin, and Andy. Hey, everyone.
Hello. Thanks for coming.
Nice to see everybody. Hi, Monica.
Hello, Michael, Sophie, Andrea, and hey, Monica. Good to see you. It's good to see everyone. We're going to have some fun tonight. So what we're going to do is do a little bit of ceremony to help bring in the energies of the summer solstice, and in our end of the world. And we're looking at the sun. This more sun. We're in the Northwest. We want more sun.
I know it's been pretty sunny up here, and then today it's kind of gray on the summer. I'm like, really? Come on.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had thunderstorms, which is pretty cool, but it's like on summer solstice. How weird is that? But that's okay. It's all good. It's a good day. Definitely. When you live in the Northwest, you definitely appreciate the sunshine, because I'm used to living in Southwest where it's all the time. Like in Texas, I think it's 110 right now. But yeah. And Robin, you're in Idaho and you had a storm too, right?
Yeah, and it's starting to rain, and we went from like 92 the other day, and now we're at like 70, and then tomorrow will be 62 and just rain. So, but we need it,
It's snowing on Mount Hood right now. That's what they said.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they said up to 12 inches.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's for the summer skiers.
Yeah, they can get their tans up in there.
I used to ski in the summertime. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fresh. It's where the fresh air is up there.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of ozone. It's very good for you.
Yep.
Yeah. I grew up in northern Idaho, so I know in the mountains.
Yeah.
It does kind of feel like the fact that it's not sunny on the solstice. There's this, electrical storm activity and thunderstorm and that kind of stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of transmutation and energy coming in right now. And so I know I've been feeling it at different points here, the lead up to the solstice. And so it's kind of not that surprising now that I think about it more.
Yeah. Totally.
It's a little bit different than you imagined it to be. You think summer, sun, no clouds, but also rain is a celebration too. Mother Earth, clear out the skies, make everything fresh.
Yeah, and it's a time to reap our harvest, right?
Yep.
That's what we did in the ancient days, is we celebrated all the seasons. And and then we'd come together because it was based on our farming and what was going on with the land. We're connected with the land. So we plant in the spring and then, work with what we planted. And then in the summer, we'd reap the harvest. We'd harvest and get together. And so it was a celebration.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got spoiled. Yeah. And we buy everything at the store pretty much. Well, and most of us in this Western world, we lost that connection to the seasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
and the celebration of it.
The celebration of it, definitely. Yeah. Because it's so important. And we did have a solar flare, a really big solar flare, I understand, last night or early this morning. And I don't know if did anyone feel anything? I mean, I didn't know about it till this morning, but I was buzzing last night. I couldn't even go to bed, go to sleep. I was up to like 1:30, and which is I usually go to bed around 10 or 11, but that was really late. Did anyone feel anything besides me?
Mm.
Well,
Okay.
it affected my crazy husband, and it was really bad. Yeah. I mean,
Oh.
he has dementia, and it
Crazy.
really affected him. I mean,
Okay.
really.
Wow.
I was like awake all night with him.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm sure that it affected people's sleep as well, even though maybe different kind of dreams that they've had before because of the pull of the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt out of balance today a little bit. I really had to work with my mood.
Mm.
So I felt just a little not quite quirky, I guess. So, but once I got these cards, I was good. But
Yeah. We'll want to look at your cards in a second. Andy, you wanted to say something?
I was just gonna say there's one of the funny memes online about like God, like the solar flares will continue until morale improves, and I feel like every time the solar flare comes in, like I feel it and it does bring up, and I find myself like the parts of me that are either unhealed in some way, it like brings it all up to the surface,
Yeah.
and so frankly I get a little moody or I'm frustrated at this or this, and I'm like, why am I mad about this thing that happened 12 years ago? I thought I let that go, but apparently I didn't, because here I am arguing about it in my head, and I need to go ground my feet on the ground and like send it love and like just transmute and work through it, right?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Definitely put you on edge.
Yeah.
All that light
Yeah.
that's coming in.
It's gonna shake you up.
Robin, so you are unveiling your new oracle cards tonight, correct?
Well, yeah, I was on my show prior to your show,
Okay.
and we've been waiting for these. This is a sample deck of my oracle cards. And I have to tell you, this is just like a dream come true. This is just something that's really special to my heart. And I have to give, credit to my twin. He did a lot of work on this. And so it's called the Crystalline of Aquarius. And this is just a sample deck. So we have to approve this. And then once we say yes on this, then we order the cards, and then they'll be on Amazon. So it is just a really gorgeous deck. And we weren't supposed to do gold printing on the whole front, just on a few things, but they did do gold on all of it. And I really like it. I really like the gold look.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have symbols on each side, and each of those symbols I intuitively drew, and it's the north, south, east, and west.
Mm.
So yeah.
Cool.
So if we do readings later, I can use my cards.
Yes. Well, the plan is to do readings.
Yes,
I know.
please.
I can't wait.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yes. Thank
Yeah.
you. One of my dreams come true. When you get to that point in your life and you actually are able to have a dream come true, like a book
Mhm.
that you publish. It's just like your baby, and you
Yeah.
just get super excited that it's finally tangible and it can go
Right.
into people's hands and help them. So
Yes.
thank you, Allison.
Yes, definitely. It is a deal for sure when those dreams come true. It's you feel like you're not walking on air. I know.
It is. It's just,
Well, don't they say that we're closest to our godlike selves when we're actually in that creationary mode, and to go from an idea in your head to a physical, tangible thing manifested right here on the earth in this
Mhm.
reality? But gratitude, because so many people, as time goes on, will be influenced in positive ways by that, and that ripple in the is just going to be huge, just like Sharon's book.
Yeah.
So kudos to both of you
Thank you.
ladies. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of this.
Okay.
Can you see it? It's a crystal.
Is it a crystal? Oh, interesting. That's
Mm.
beautiful. Is that in a cave?
It's a YouTube video.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, is that the music, the crystalline? I was watching.
No, it's It's Lemurian light codes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think blue is a really special color too.
Yeah.
It's it has a lot of sequence to it and codes to it. Blue.
Yeah, totally.
Divine.
It is. So Sophie said she had an intense dream. We were talking about dreams that she no longer need. Oh, just dropping off. Oh, good. Like things in my house and health toxins, etc. Awesome. So I'm thinking this was last night, maybe, Sophie, from the solar flares.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's a good dream. I like that dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're clearing stuff, it's always a good dream. And my guys have let me know that anything that we think is a nightmare is really a healing dream normally, because what we're doing is dealing with things, ideas, or stuff that we haven't healed, unhealed energies, unhealed trauma, unhealed things like that. That we don't deal with in our everyday life because we don't want to look at it. So it comes through. What they've told me is that it'll come through in a dream as like a nightmare because we are working on something that we wouldn't normally work on during our day, which makes sense.
Or haven't worked on.
Yeah.
Haven't.
I thought about that the other day, and I thought, okay, what about children when they have nightmares of bears and things like that? What would that be all about? I mean, are they working on something?
Well, I think too is stress. Nightmares can be stress release. And I know when my mom was dying, I never had nightmares. And when she was dying and just the tremendous stress of that, I had horrible nightmares. I mean, just where I woke up sweating. And I think even with children get stressed. And I think stresses too can come out through that. And it's just you're clearing it out. You're bringing that stress up, and it's a negative thing, and you're just pushing it out. And so it's probably a good thing to have them. But that's my experience with it, is that only time I've ever had them is when I have something in me that I got to release.
Right. Which is kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Things that we haven't dealt with at the time is we bury it in some ways. But yeah, with children, I agree that also, it can be, I feel, past life stuff that's coming up too. Maybe if a child is dreaming of being chased by a bear, I mean, maybe that's a past life. Who knows? Depending on on how real the dream is or anything like that. Sometimes they're memories, but also, stress. And I mean, children go through stuff too. Just because they're a child doesn't mean they're not dealing with worries and things like that. Definitely. Yeah.
And a lot of kids don't know how to explain or fully understand yet, that a lot of them are pretty telepathic. They're still pretty sensitive, and they haven't even turned it off yet, like some of us did when we were kids, because things were overwhelming us. And so, depending on their family situation and obviously food, like so many factors can play into it. Let alone like soul memories from past lives, or like healing parts of the collective, like soul families, and like tapping into, things can be happening on so many different levels. It's kind of tough, but a lot of times, I don't know. It feels like for me with my kids, just letting them talk about it, being interested, and letting them know it's okay. Obviously, just having that loving, parent or guardian there to kind of help walk them through it. And obviously, that's the best you can do. Let them know they're not alone, and everybody has the one when you're at school and all of a sudden you're naked. And what does that mean? You know what I mean? I think it's like you're being exposed for the first time or something. Like everybody's had some of these, and some of these are just reoccurring you're tapping into the human collective, and this is what we're subconsciously thinking, right?
You know, and also watching
Yeah.
scary shows, scary TV, scary movies,
True.
you know, video games and things, you know, can cause that, especially at night, you know.
Mhm.
We're going to bed.
Yeah.
I've done that before where I'm dreaming about something. I used to watch Ghost Adventures at night. I don't know if anybody watched that. Yeah. And I had a crush on Zach, you know, and so I would watch Ghost Adventures, and then I'd go to bed, and I'm dreaming about all these. I'm a medium, and I'm dreaming about scary ghosts in my dreams. You know? So I quit watching it.
Yeah.
You don't want to preload that kind of stuff.
I know that when I was a kid, I would, if I had a bad dream, I'd go in and I would tell my parents, like in the middle of the night, and they just put me in the bed with them. And I sometimes would wake up in the morning and find that my sister and brother were also in the bed.
Oh, everyone was having scary
It was like
dreams.
collective consciousness or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good stuff. Monica says, I never watch scary TV anymore. Not worth it. Yeah, I know. I don't watch scary stuff.
Yeah.
I used to.
I used to too. Yeah.
No.
Now we don't have to.
I've met a couple of people recently that, like, at work and just through connections, that like really love scary movies, and I was always the opposite. My imagination was so good, and I would go right into a full-blown dream, and I was like, why would I want to see that? Like, I don't even want that in my realm of options that can happen. And then I find these people, and they're like, hey, the new scary movie, and I'm like, no. I never understood that, but maybe they weren't as like imaginative as I was, or I don't know. It just didn't bother them.
Yeah.
They probably don't remember their nighttime travels or anything like that, their dreams and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just no reason to watch it. I feel some people like to be scared with those, but that's
Well, I used to until I saw one. Then when you see one, you go, oh, I don't want that anymore.
You mean what was in the movie?
Well, when you have an apparition or something actually appear to you, I mean, then you go, okay, I'm not bringing this stuff into my house anymore, because you don't want that energy.
Does kind of open a portal, doesn't it?
Well, I had a neighbor.
Focused on it, if you're focused on it, right?
Yeah. Oh, you want me? Oh, I had a neighbor. I live in a duplex, and she did something at night. She was doing something, and she took off on her motorcycle. She had a motorcycle, and she never came back to the duplex. Then all of a sudden, I heard footsteps in the ceiling. Someone walking up and down in my ceiling, and I went, that lady conjured up something on her side, and it scared her. And then she leaves, and then I'm here. And let me tell you, it took me, and it did come down. That's when I saw it, and it was a shadow figure. And it took me 3 psychics. All of us got together to get this thing out of here. So whatever she conjured up. So whoever, if you people play around with stuff like that, just be careful, because it's hard to get rid of if you bring it in. So yeah, so it walked in the ceiling for a while, and then I knew it was gonna know that there's someone on the other side of that building, and it did come down. So
yeah, you got to have high intention when you're working with spirit, for sure. And close anything, ask your higher beings, your higher guides, all that, to protect your space, and
definitely
only allow higher frequency beings in. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
That.
But not everybody does that.
No, and that's why I always say that Ouija boards should never ever be sold at toy stores or a toy, because people are using them, don't understand how to use them. What kids shouldn't be using that kind of stuff.
No.
Now, I do believe in spirit boards. It's just another tool to communicate with spirit. However, it's not a toy. And I always advise, don't use any kind of a tool to communicate with spirit unless you do something to create a sacred space, call in your higher guides, that kind of thing, and you know what you're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So thank you. We
Didn't
didn't do that.
I feel like in the last like 4 or 5 years, the UK, Britain actually made a statement on that to like parents where they shouldn't be buying that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. I think there was like a formal statement about Ouija
Mhm.
boards from the British government, like in the last 5 years about
Really?
that. I remember talking about it with coworkers at the time, and they're like, there's some people who are just, not awakened to stuff or just not into this kind of stuff, and especially when they're heavy like drinkers or drug users. I'm just like, guys, this isn't a joke. Like, this can really affect people's lives. But again, when people are using a lot of drugs and alcohol, that can really cloud
Oh, yeah.
things.
It
And,
can bring in
invite
attachments.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
yeah.
can bring in attachments, and
Yeah.
it's just not good to open those portals when your intentions are different or you don't know what you're doing. So
Yes.
he asked if we could introduce ourselves. Of course.
Oh.
Yeah. And then we'll go on with our ceremony and do some cool stuff. Well, I am Sharon Sananda Kumara, for those who don't know me, and I live in the Northwest, the Portland area, and I am a psychic medium. I'm a hypnotherapist. I'm also I have an academy where I teach classes and courses. And my book is Awakened Soul, where I talk about my near-death experience in 2001, one of two, where it turned my life upside down. So it's all about my quickening process and my spiritual uh, what do you call it, growth after my head injury. So if you don't know about my book, it's a wild ride.
Good one. Very well written.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. My first book.
I have it right here. I know that
I know, I could have brought it.
but I have it.
It's
Thank
very
you.
good. Everybody should get it. It's very inspiring. Yep.
Thank you. Yeah. I agree.
I
So
know. You should.
everyone should
That's
buy it.
wonderful.
Everyone
You
should
should
buy
be
my
very proud of yourself.
Thanks. Thank you. You too, Robin. All right. So let's go around the room and introduce ourselves. Robin, do you want to go next?
Me? Okay. I'm Robin Hyatt. I began seeing dead people when I was young, and I still started helping on cold cases in my 20s, and then expanded. It was just local. I just was seeing people, and it was local, working with detectives, and then I just kind of grew a little bit more into the United States. Then I had an apparition come to me and asked if I wanted to continue with the deceased or if I want to work with the living. And I said, I want to work with the living now. And so now I'm doing more psychic medium. I have a YouTube channel, Robin Hyatt, the Blue Star. And I've written a couple books. I work and see people that are in different realms. And so the benevolent and the power of the benevolent I just wrote, are of different beings from different star systems and outside worlds, and how they have a meaning to us as humans and how they help us with on this life, and how they helped in our creation. So there's a lot of different layers to the beings that I write about. I just finished a book. Also, this is my 6th book, and it is it's called Lineage of Truth, and it's about archangels. And I channeled 30 archangels, and it is a guidance book. It's something that you can use over and over again. I did it for the purpose because I felt we needed more light upon the earth, and not so much religious, but spiritualism. And I really feel that we have lost our way in accepting help from outer realms. Like, we need guides, we need angels, and we need archangels. Archangels help us. So I wanted to write this book on how each archangel can help us in our lives and how we can call upon them to help us, because there's going to be prayers and invocations in that too. And then, of course, Oracle deck. This is my baby. I mean, this is just a plaything I wanted to do, but it also has a lot of meaning. Everything I'm doing now, like Sharon, we feel like we have a calling. And now that we have gone to a certain point, we have to share everything with you, because we want you to come with us. We want you to rise with us. This isn't for us to keep to us. We're not here to make money. We're here to give you gifts. We're here to open your eyes and help in your own personal ascension. So whatever God has given me is time to share. And it's whatever Sharon, she lived. I mean, you shouldn't have lived through what you went through on that accident. And you lived, and you're here because your life has changed, and now you know you're an angel. You basically, to me, you're an angel. You're a walking angel on earth. And so everybody that's here, that's watching us, you're meant to be here, and you're meant to hear and feel the energy. And everybody on this board is very special. And that's why I keep coming back, because I love you all. And even though we're all very different, we come together as a collective, and we respect each other. Actually, I stated this on my channel, is that we respect each other's opinions, even though they might be a little bit different. But I learn from all of you, and I really appreciate your knowledge in my heart. So I get a lot out of it coming here too. So I know I got off site there, but that's who I am.
That's all right.
Sorry.
That's all right. Thank you. A little snippet of who you are. But yeah, you're an angel too. We're all angels here. Definitely. All angels. Calling all angels. All angels.
Yeah. Light attracts light.
That's right. Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you, Robin. Diane, would you like to go next?
That was beautiful.
There's a song in there, Calling All Angels.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah,
That's a good
there you
song.
go.
There
That's
it is.
exactly it.
I love that song.
I'm Diane, and how do you follow that? Just a student. You know, my whole goal
We
is
all
to
are.
find out who
We all
I
are.
am. And that's what I want to share with everybody. Not who I am, but so that they can learn to be who they truly are, because we are all exceptional. We are all special. We have come together collectively at this point in time because we are to bring up the universe into a different dimension and ourselves. And so trying to find out who you are is so important. That's my goal in life. And I learn from each and every person. And every time I listen to Robin, and I'm like, I don't do all that stuff. No,
I learned from you. You have so much knowledge in you.
I've just been a student for years. I mean, I started out by dreaming about the war in the heavens when I was a small child. I don't know what the heck it was.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me.
We're all students and we're all teachers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you, Diane. You're a wise one for sure.
How are you going to follow that, Andy? Come on, you got a lot in you.
I don't. Where do I
Cosmic
go?
Andy.
The best for last, Andy. Best for last.
Yeah, that's right. You
Yeah.
got a lot, Andy.
Unless you're on the masculine.
Yeah. Well, I am. First off, let me just say again, I'm very grateful to be here, and for Sharon to keep inviting me to come on. And thank you again to Sharon for everything she's been through to keep persevering and being her highest and best version of herself. And thank you for creating and space for people like me to come on and get to talk, where maybe I wouldn't have had courage to go on and create my own show and do those type of things, just to share my experiences. And so I'm so grateful for that right off the bat. And
It's
then
a miracle she's
what
let
keeps
us all
coming to me,
on.
I know. I know. I know that, through family, but I've had an ritual and come full circle to, being a believer in Jesus, the Christ consciousness, and frankly, the archangels, that totally resonates with me. The Lyran and archangel connection is a very strong one that comes in for me amongst the Pleiadians and Syrians and Lyra and all these other things, Orions and some of the wars in the heavens and the wars in this galaxy, the many lifetimes on Earth. I've started to realize through my awakening and I had a near-death experience, like many people. And so I've just been on this journey of figuring out who I am, which there keeps being more layers to it, just like everybody. But then the more the more you learn, the more questions there are. And, but also I feel like it's getting better. I feel like at some point there's this higher soul memory I have where I'm up in this higher realm and we're not even in bodies. We're all like light beings and we're talking to like creator and we're given an opportunity to come back and make it better because we got to the end and we didn't like it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
sorry, I'm getting all emotional, but I feel like this just keeps getting better. Life keeps getting better. We're learning, we're growing. I know I'm personally learning and growing and been given not just one chance and two chances, but many chances to reach, the goals I set for myself, coming to Earth and having this experience, and for what we're overall this grand mission that I feel like we're all on, trying to bring light to the Earth and bring everything into this divine harmony. And I think that even the struggles we have were just one more. Ultimately, it's going to be one more feather in our cap that we didn't give up and we kept
Yes.
kept going forward, and we didn't let the darkness take over our hearts, that we chose love and we chose to speak our truth and to be kind and to be good and all those things. So that's a lot about me. And yes, I've seen UFOs and angels and demons and dragons and fairies and the secret space program and reptilians. I mean, I've seen at some point all of it when I really sit down and tap into it. And so I'm grateful here because I feel like I'm learning from these other grand masters, on this show with me, and Robin and Sharon and Diane. You're a grand master too. We just got to kind of remember, and have confidence in the experience we have, and be willing to share, our unique little niche and this giant mosaic, our little piece of the quilt that we get to bring to the final, beautiful thing that's been created here. And so I'm really grateful. Sorry, I'm rambling, but I just got all excited and emotional.
We're giving you a virtual hug.
You are,
Yes.
and we are so lucky to have you in our space, to know you, because you are so full of wisdom and all inclusive, basically, and just radiate love. I love to be in your presence. You're just special.
And Andy, you have a great energy. Your energy is, and your smile and your laugh just absorbs. And when you speak, you're speaking truth. So
Andy, I've done a couple of shows with Andy, 2 or 3, I guess, on my channel here. So if you want to know more about Andy and his amazing, mind-blowing experiences, check it out on my channel here on Ascension Gateway. Just put in his name, Cosmic Andy, and your mind will be blown with his experiences, definitely. And
he's a special kind of guy.
Yep.
Yeah. Andy and I are local, and we have a support group here in where am I?
Beaverton?
Beaverton area. Yeah, totally. Okay. Yeah. And it's an experiencer support group, and I run it. Andy comes a lot, and I really appreciate him being there because he's an amazing energy that he has an amazing energy that he brings. And at the end of one of the support groups, when we were talking, like that, face to face, I had a flashback, and I didn't tell you this, but I had a flashback of us being together in some kind of archangelic thing. And we were talking about, ooh, now I'm getting all the energy coming in. We were talking about the work we were doing here. And yeah, I don't remember the details of it, but I was brought back to that moment in time where we were in that archangelic realm, because you've had a lot of experiences with the archangels, and I don't have the memory like you do, but I know that I've been there and I've seen myself with wings and stuff. So I had a big flashback.
Yeah, what you're saying is definitely resonating with me. I feel like I've seen in one form or another all of you ladies at different levels or at different times in history where I think our souls or aspects of us cross paths, so to speak. And because I've seen us as angels, Sharon, I've seen us as ETs, but we were actually different types of ETs. We were kind of like communicating with each other, representing our different groups. And I don't even know, I have no name or what group that was or from where, but I just visually had that. And then one time you told this story about when you had spoken or connected with the Orion Council, the benevolent, like more Orion Council that were more amphibian type water beings. And you said that you had went over and you had actually seen a benevolent reptilian that was there, and he kind of like put his arm over and like in front of the council and was reporting to the council. That was me.
That was
That
you?
was me.
Oh my God.
I remember that. I remember because when you said that, I thought about it and I was like, oh my God, that was me. I knew it.
I wrote about it in my book. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that was me.
I don't doubt it, because there was a reason why I was able to see him, because they didn't show me a lot at the during the council meeting, but I did see that being. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. So Andrew, you're in Beaverton. You have to come to our meetings if you want to sit around with a really cool group and share experiences. Thank you, Andy.
Yeah, well, thank you, ladies. I have to admit, I'm really looking forward to seeing what card Robin pulls from her deck.
Yeah.
Because all I can think about is the blue from that deck and the Lyrans and the Archangels like ready to like send us a message through those things.
So there's a couple of questions here I wanted to highlight first before we do our ceremony and then do our readings. From Andrea, did you start hearing spirits after your injury? Okay, so you're talking about my head injury. I actually was able to see and hear spirits, mostly see them when I was a kid. I told my grandparents about it and my parents, and they said it scared them, so I shoved it down, and it scared me too. But after my head injury, I did start hearing them after. Yes, I did. The long answer, yes. There was some work I did that brought that on. It's in my book. Okay. In the book. Okay, so here's a question about angels. Andrea.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So what's the difference between archangels and angels? That's such a good question. And it's such a almost non-defined answer. But as I was channeling the archangels, each one is like under a covenant of God. And there's actually like 3 different types of archangels. You got the 7 hierarchy, and then you have like sublet archangels and service archangels. And then what helps the archangels is all the angels. It's like they're legions. And so you have like the leader of the mass, and then you have your angels. That's what I got from it. I also got from the wings, how you can tell the level of an archangel is by their wing. Some wings are just energy, and some of the archangels have so much energy in them that it bursts out the back of them, and it looks like a wing form. So some are like tangible wings looking, and some are energy. And so we tried to, in the book, tried to really define the energy, and some look like fire. Their wings look like fire behind them. And so it's kind of a covenant, a divinity, and then the angels work together with them. That's what I got. And go ahead, anybody else?
I agree
Go
with
ahead, Andy.
everything you say there. I don't claim to know all the different hierarchies. I know that I've had experiences when I was standing there and I looked over and they looked like right out of the Renaissance paintings with like the wings. But then I realized that was more just what I was seeing the first time to get used to seeing them. Then later, I've seen them almost glowing like hologram blue. But I think that was just because I was with these like Michael's blue electric angels, which was his legion of like warrior angels. That's who I was with, and we were going. And so in that, it really was more of an energy field around them. I've also seen, if they're not flapping their wings and flying like that, like it was literally like teleporting. And so that's what I've seen. I've also felt like there's a magnitude aspect, just like a 7.0 earthquake is like 100 times more powerful than a 6.9 earthquake. You know what I mean? What I'm trying to get across is like the magnitude was so big as I was going up with the archangels. There were so many other angels under each one of them that they had encoded their frequency codes into their separate legions. And there was ones that were more warrior ones, which is where I was. But then there was these oracle ones. Then there was these healer ones. And there was like specialties, honestly.
And that's what the book is going to go through that too. So, yeah. And so you were under Michael, the archangel? Because so am I.
I know. That's why we both like the blue light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Michael's my dude too.
But that also goes into like the Lyran lifetimes we've had and some of the different like Pleiadian blue where they have the blue. Like that's all, I feel like fractals of like this higher energy that's divine archangel into the physical forms that like, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but the only analogy I get, and it's not a very good one at all, but it's like the NASCARs where they have like the sponsor and then they have like all the different people that they sponsor. And like, you know, it was that kind of a thing. I have one experience on the seventh dimensional plane where there was a giant white pyramid that looked like one of the Giza pyramids. And I was invited to go inside and there was this giant being. I mean, like giant angel that was like 100 feet tall. That's the way I perceived it going into this pyramid. And when I got inside, I was being shown the different types of healing, healing through the earth, healing through fire, healing through water, healing through air. And then I saw Michael's blue flame, but there was also inside like a red flame, a white flame, a green flame. It was like Uriel, Archangel, Michael, Gabriel, and all of them were in there. And so that was like the seventh dimensional angelic healing realm or dimension that I had like gotten taken to one time and was shown because they wanted people to hear it. They wanted people to know that like they wanted us to call on them.
Yes. That's why I wrote
call
the
on
book.
our higher self. I think a lot of people, whether just not being religious or spiritual or like not feeling worthy because they've done something bad in their life and they feel guilt or shame or sadness or because like they don't feel like there's any part of God in this creation that is there to help them or that is working on their behalf behind the scenes. And I like the one thing that like Michael kept trying to get across to me was like, call on me. You need to tap me in. Like WWF, you need to call on me, and that gives me permission to come.
Yes.
And so if you take nothing away from this, there are your higher self and like divine angels, and every one of us has a personal guardian angel. To be quite frank, certain people in different roles have more than one guardian angel because they're playing unique roles on Earth, and they need to be protected for this giant mission that's playing out, I feel like.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I do know that the original form of God, the truth particum, is protected by the four archangels, Raphael, Uriel, Michael, and
Gabriel. I have it on my arm. I have my
Yeah.
archangel with me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
And I have
So-
all four of the
four
sigils
archangels
from each one of the four.
Oh,
The four
cool.
names.
They protect the truth particon, which is the original form of God,
Mm.
and they're the highest.
I was also shown, because I kept asking because I was really curious, and Archangel Michael's energy is like a direct fractile of like the Christ consciousness, which I don't know. That's what I got.
You know, I
Like at
always
some higher
felt-
level, I don't know if it's 20 levels up or 100 levels up, but I felt like they were like one in the same almost, even though I know they're
Yes.
different.
Well,
Absolutely.
I always felt that Christ and Michael had very similar energies. It was very different for me. It was very difficult for me to tell the difference between them whenever they would come to me. Although I would, but still, had Christ,
Well-
Yeshua, and Archangel Michael have very similar energies.
Well, who's to say that Christ isn't an archangel?
Right.
I did put him in, and also you will see archangels you didn't even know were Archangel Melchizedek.
Melchizedek.
Melchizedek, yes.
Melchizedek.
I met the Melchizedek order.
That's
That was a heavy one to channel. Some of these
I bet.
channeling too wiped me out. It was because I worked so hard on it that it was hard. There's nights I couldn't even walk straight. I was just so inspired
intense.
in doing it.
Yeah. Melchizedek is one I haven't worked with that much. It was not.
But I really think that he might be part of that zone with,
I felt like when I was connecting with them, it was like a cross between priests and Jedi. Like that's literally the energy I got. They literally knew like the codes of creation and could literally go in the back door like the techie guy at work who knows how to like the back door to do everything. They were magical on a level that I didn't even know. It was like God's white wizards. It was amazing.
Well, maybe those techie guys on Earth, they're like that.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That is funny. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Good to see Michelle here. So, Andrea, if you want to come to the meetings for the support group, go to Meetup, and it's called ET, UFO, and Paranormal Encounters support group on Meetup, and that's where you can find you'll get all the info for the meetings. The next one is July 19th. So, yeah, I hope we see you there. and it's pretty much every month. Okay. Let's do a ceremony. I would love to do a ceremony where we work with breath work to bring in more light and transmute whatever we have going on that we would need to, that no longer serves us. Any energies? Is anyone up for that? Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. So let's just think or write down what we would like to release for a moment. We'll just take a moment to do that.
the heck happened to my
All right. So I like doing breath work with this type of stuff. And this is a pattern, a breath work pattern that a woman worked with me on many, many years ago, doing a soul clearing, and it helps transmute stuck patterns and things like that. So what we can do is breathe in on the count of 4 hold for 4, and breathe out for 8, and 3 times. And since we're all doing it together, that really squares it by square by square. It's really going to be powerful. So what we're doing is bringing in light, okay, from the sun, basically. And we can make the intention in our mind out loud, however you want, that you want to, the solar light, the light from the sun, great central sun, however you want to word it, transmutes whatever no longer serves me and my life. Okay. We'll make that intention now. And as we breathe, we'll let go. Bring in the light, let go of what no longer serves, transmuting it. Okay. Are we ready? All right. Breathing in for the count of 4. Hold for 4. And breathe out for 8. Breathe in for 5. Hold for 4. Breathe out on 8. One more time. All right. And with this breath cycle, we bring in the light of the sun, or the great central sun, whatever our bodies can handle and our psyche can handle, our energy bodies can handle, to transmute what no longer serves us. This is how we celebrate the summer solstice, the longest day of the year. We honor this day with love and gratitude in our hearts. We honor the sun and thank the sun for giving us life and joy and bounty. This is a time when we work to reap our harvest. Our days, our nights, our lives moving forward are bountiful, abundant, joyful, peaceful, and sunny in all ways. Thank you. Thank you.
Gratitude. Thank you.
Mhm. Oh, that felt good.
Sunny with a chance of ascension.
Yeah, there we go.
That's good.
How'd that feel?
That's good. Relaxing.
Love it.
I definitely got an image of the sun shining down on us, filling us with light, just transmuting everything that we were releasing. It just disappeared in the sun rays just disappeared.
That's good.
Melted away the worry, the stress,
Good.
the fear, the shame, the guilt, the sadness, the control needs. All of that.
All of it. Totally. All right.
Can I read a prayer for the summer solstice I wrote down?
Please do. Please do.
So I found this online, so I don't think I wrote it. So it's summer solstice. By the earth that is her body, by the air is her sweet breath, by the fire of her bright spirit, and the water of her living womb, our circle is cast, and we are between the worlds. And what happens between the worlds changes the world.
Beautiful.
That is. Ooh, I got goosebumps.
It made me think of the as above, so below, but we're the part right in the middle that's affecting both.
Yep. Yes.
We are at the halfway point, exact halfway point of a solar year, maybe a year, solar year. Yeah, that's
Yeah, from the winter solstice. Yeah.
Totally. Longest day. After
Yes.
today, days get shorter. I like long days.
I do too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Long sunny days.
Long sunny days. There we go. All right. How'd that feel for you peeps out there? Watching in the comfort of your home, your dry, sunny home.
Yeah.
If anyone, and also, if anyone would like a reading, a mini reading, a quick reading, go ahead and put that in the chat as well. And we'll do that. Can't wait to see Robin's cards. And Cosmic Andy pulled a card beforehand. And whenever you want to reveal that.
Yeah, if you guys have cards.
So I'll do it real quick. This is a card deck I pulled from a while back. It's the Ravine Phelan Messenger Oracle deck.
Wow. That's beautiful.
And so it's kind of synchronistic. I pulled a card earlier, and of course the card I pulled was on page 44, which you referenced earlier, Robin.
Wow.
So I didn't bring it up then, but I thought I'd mention it now. And the card that I pulled
Cool.
was says "Love Without Condition."
Pretty.
Oh, look at that.
And the wings of the angel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
And so I'll just read it. It's short. It says, "Love without condition. Do you often find it easier to give advice to others while hiding from the truth that gives the advice you give is the advice that you yourself neglected to follow? Do you find it easier to nurture others and to show them kindness and compassion? It is time to be kind and gentle with yourself, to love you, strengths and weaknesses, without reservation or condition. Nurture yourself, be kind to yourself, for you are deserving of the same unconditional care and love that you give to others."
Beautiful.
Good.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of along the lines of what we've been talking about.
It seemed pretty synchronistic. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Definitely. I love that art.
Yeah.
Is that an angel?
It looks like kind of like an angel fairy, like an elemental angel fairy.
Like a cross.
It's like
Fairy
butterfly wings.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
like a celestial.
It also has a little golden dragonfly down here, which I actually saw a golden dragonfly last year for the first time. I've seen red ones and blue ones and green ones and black ones, but I saw a golden one and I got a picture of it in my backyard.
Oh, nice.
So for me, that was a little extra
awesome.
synchronicity.
They bring in the truth, you know.
Yeah.
Dragonflies, the truth. They
Yeah.
bring the truth.
Cool. Okay. Robin, would you like to? Hey, Johanna.
Yeah. Who do you want me to do reading for?
Johanna. Would love to have a reading about a current relationship with a significant soulmate whom I've known in many previous lives. Will our current relationship continue? You know, I think I'd pronounce your name wrong. I always Johanna.
Joanna.
Is it Johanna or Johanna?
Johanna.
Okay.
Sorry, Johanna.
This is really interesting that because a card, I was going to give this to Andy, but I think this is for you, Joanna. Out of my card deck, you got the ring bearer.
Oh.
So will the current relationship continue? I think so. And this is commitment. And so let me read. And my room's a little bit dark, so bear with me because I wear glasses. So it's card number 19. Hold on a minute. I'm learning my own Oracle deck book. So we actually are going to change it a little bit because the pictures in here are too small. So we're going to bring these bigger. So, okay. And you got it. And it came upright. So we're going to give you the message for that. The ring bearer at a wedding carries the final symbol of commitment between the couple, the marriage rings. These rings serve as a powerful reminder of lifelong unity, love, and bound shared between two people. If you are married, this card encourages you. So this is Andy's part. If you are married, this card encourages you to honor and cherish the commitment you have made. Eternal love is a precious gift that requires continuous care, dedication, and effort to thrive. If you are unmarried, which is Joanna, this card invites you to focus on finding the partner who I think you have, who is right for you. Yes, there is someone unique just for you. If you have a list of unique qualities you want in a partner, let it go. Instead, reflect on qualities a partner would value in you. Focus on becoming the kind of person your ideal partner would love to commit to, and trust that God will guide you in this area of your life if it is the path that is meant for you. So, that being said, I think that's a real positive on this relationship. And it's awesome that you have a soul commitment, that you have come down repetitively and you know each other from past lives. That I think is something that you can draw on as a commitment when times get hard. I think people really need to focus on the commitment part. There's so much social media that can pull people away. And just make sure he's on the same plane as you on most aspects. He won't be on the same plane with you on every aspect, but make sure you guys are in sync and that you complement each other and that you walk side by side, that he doesn't walk forward and you walk behind or vice versa. You guys need to be side by side. So if you have that kind of relationship where you're equal and you respect each other, then I would go for it.
Okay. Thank you, Robin. Beautiful card. Can I see the card again?
Yeah.
I didn't get a good look at it. Do you have it? That's beautiful.
It's a ring, and the spirit number, hold on a second, is 7752. So 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So it's 3. So it'd be number 3.
Nice.
That's great.
All right, Johanna. Hope
Nice
that
card.
resonates. Feedback on readings would be nice too. Okay, who's next? Monica. Who wants to give Monica a reading? Who's next? Diane?
Okay, can you see how the future of my art practice will be and anything about a future partner?
Oh, two
Okay.
questions.
Let's see here. This is card 45. This is the art.
Oh, that's pretty.
And what this is it's lapis Excelsis. It's a river, as you see the river, and it's winding. And number 45 means it's a 9, it's an ending, which means there's another new beginning. One door closes, another begins. But it's got a division here. And on their mountain, and it's like a valley, and it's flowing. And I would say that your art is probably going to take off. And the reason that I say that is because the river flowing means everything is going along as you planned. Everything is what you want it to be. It's going, and it's ebbing and tide in flowing. So ebbing and waning. So what you want to do is just release yourself into your art. Become the artist. Become the art. You will have no problem. It will come, it will flow. Okay, now I am going to go for the partner. Let's go for the partner. So I hope that answers your question about the art.
Be the art.
Yep.
Was that a golden river?
It
Yes.
looks like it's
Money.
That
There you
seems
go.
good.
Yeah.
totally gold.
Yeah, she's going to make it. It's flowing. Just become the artist. Oh, I'm drawn to another deck here. That was the blue angel oracle. This one is the Oracle of Delphi,
Ah,
which I was an oracle at Delphi. I had a really bad experience. Cut my arm. They had cut my arms off, and I actually relived that whole thing.
I've done readings for people that have had bad experiences as an oracle at Delphi.
Yeah.
But they weren't. They were used. A lot of them were used horribly.
Oh,
Yeah.
but I love Apollo. Oh, got one. Ooh. Okay, this is an interesting. When you look at this card, you are actually going to see Multnomah Falls.
Oh.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
That's some more
Multnomah,
flow.
see the bridge right there?
Is that
Yeah.
really Multnomah Falls? Yeah.
I don't think so.
But it looks
I
like
don't
it.
think so. But what's interesting is that there is a wise man above here. And what's interesting is that the water is flowing and there's a bridge across, which to me represents male on one side, female on the other side coming together. So there's someone coming your way. It may not be someone you've met yet. It may be someone that's coming because of the waterfall, the man up above, and the bridge is bridging the gap. The
Yeah,
water is
great.
flowing. Well, you're really in. Water is really her thing. And I see the what this is on the side here. I know you really can't see the detail of it, but it is fruits. So I would say with that, things are coming. Some person is going to be a special person for you, and he will. Oh, you're going to like this guy real well. Yeah, this is he. It might be a few months, but the person will be there.
Fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
And I think the guy on the bridge is going to bring you to the guy on the bridge. Is there a guy on the bridge?
Yeah.
It
Well,
seems
he's up above it. He's overlooking the
Okay.
whole thing.
So I think he's a catalyst to bringing you two together.
Yeah. With
Yeah.
the bridge there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So someone special is coming your way.
Yeah, it feels like that waterfall is everything that's in the past.
Flow.
Go
Flow.
falling down, falling down. And
Cleaning. Yeah.
the bridge is what is bridging you to your new relationship, Monica. Yeah, that's an awesome card.
Beautiful.
Totally.
Can I add on her art? I wrote down her art practice is climbing up a hill steadily. So it's kind of on the same line as the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's steady. You're on a steady incline. Keep going.
So you get the beautiful waterfall of abundance
Can you get up there and look down at the waterfall?
with your divine man. It's all going to come together.
Yeah.
There you go.
Life can be good
Because
that way.
And this golden river.
Gold.
Yes.
Gold.
Yeah.
Monica's an amazing artist. I want you. I still want you to do the art for my children's book. That's coming up soon.
See how that's going to work out?
All right. Yeah, she's amazing. Who's next? Andrea. Andrea would love a reading. Okay, so I'll do your reading, Andrea. I got out the nature spirit cards because we've got all this cosmic energy. I felt that, let's do a little bit of earth stuff. Gaia, bring us to find a balance. This is a summer solstice too, and we're here to honor the planet too.
Mhm.
Right? Bringing in bring heaven to earth, bringing heaven to earth. So I'm going to pull a card from the nature spirit deck for you, Andrea, and if you could think of a question in your mind. And this is a deck by Denise Lynn, which I love her.
I have that one. It's good.
It's a good one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrea. Spirit of water. A lot of water tonight. Spirit of water. It's beautiful. Let's see what the spirit of water has to say. Where are you? It's got spirit of air, earth, water, fire. There we go. Okay. The card meaning is trust your intuition. Know that you're on the right path. Take time to nurture yourself. Allow your inner child free reign. Believe in your dreams. Don't stifle your emotions. Trust the messages they're giving you. Purify and cleanse yourself and your home. Healing is on its way. Emotional healing energy is expanding within you. Your native spirit wants you to know that the spirit of water invites an emotional richness into your life. Communicate from your heart. Embrace your childlike wonder. This card also represents purification, cleansing, and healing. It reminds you to clean your personal space and your body. It also urges you to accept and embrace your emotions, all of them, even the ones that you don't usually like. And we kind of did something like that today to help with transmuting them. Additionally, trust your hunches. Push off from the shore of safety and enter the flow of life. All is well. And the journey is be aware of water in your life: humidity, mist, clouds, rain, water, and food, fruit, vegetables, and so forth. The ocean, the rivers, the bath, and the shower. Drink extra water. Energize it by placing your hand over each glass and sending love into the water. Evaluate relationships. Notice how each encounter affects your subtle emotions. Take some daily time to relax, especially near or in water. Cleanse and purify yourself and your living space using water. Imagine how it would feel to be a still pool, a mountain stream, a mist, the great sea, or a summer shower. Notice any emotions or feelings that emerge as you do this, and watch your dreams. So if you're local, you got some water today, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, so this is coming up, and as soon as I pulled it for you, I felt like that you are we're all aquatic beings at some level, but that you do have a connection with water. And even before I read it, I was getting from your peeps here to spend more time in water, whether it be in a bath or take extra time in the shower, take another shower during your day, um, and also trust. Really, really important to trust your intuition. Okay, this you may doubt some things in your decisions. I also got that you have a strong connection with the cetaceans, the whales, and also the dolphin world, and they would love to communicate with you. The mother whale is calling to you. Ooh, I feel that right here now. Yeah. So in your meditation time, you can call on them to come near, especially the mother whale. She's calling to you.
Mhm.
I feel her here already. Yeah. Hopefully that resonates. All right.
That's beautiful.
Next is Michelle. You feel lighter from the breath work. Good. Okay. Michelle. Andy?
Am I up? Okay.
Yep.
I would love a card. So I'm again going to pull it from this Ravine Phelan deck, Messenger Oracle. And so let's see. What is the best card for Michelle Coleman for what she needs to hear, what she needs to know, which is going to help bring her the highest and best?
Cool.
Ooh, like this card. This is Two Ravens. Trust in Magic.
Oh, cool.
Beautiful.
So I will I'll read that. All right. Trust in Magic is on page 66 for those counting at home. Let's see.
Well, that breaks down to a 3.
Yeah. So it says magic is the mysterious and coincidental. It is at the heart of those moments of synchronicity and knowing. It is woven into the awareness that there is more to life than what you can see. It is born of that moment when you step without fear and with loving heart into the void. Voice your desire and have great spirit send his messengers to show you the way. Trust in magic. It is real and it surrounds you.
Nice.
I kind of, from that card, I think this goes probably for everyone, but definitely, Michelle, it seems like if you're pulling that card, you need, spend some time in nature, do a meditation, and even, I don't know if you've ever done any automatic writing or channeling, where you just ask a question out loud and then start writing, and you can get your own answers. I don't know if anyone has tried that, but I feel like trust the intuition and what comes through because you're magical. We're all magical, but you're definitely magical.
Nice.
Cool.
Hug a tree.
Hug a tree.
Yeah, great vibration. Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, if you
Trees talk to us.
If you put your back on a tree, it can talk to you.
They
It
do
will
talk
tell
to
you
us.
things.
I write about it in my book.
Yeah, I hear them when I go on walks. I hear trees talk.
They
I
talk to
don't
us
tell
all the
people
time.
that, but I do.
They do. They make
Yeah.
a certain sound. They definitely make an audible sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
They have consciousness.
yeah.
When we're going through walks or hikes in nature, like me and my wife, or us, with our dogs, or as a family, I'm always wearing rubber shoes, right? Like tennis shoes, right? And so I know I need to probably be one of those hippies that is walking around just barefoot more, but
Oh,
it
no.
kind of makes a
Yeah.
mess. And we're in the
Yeah.
Northwest and it's muddy. And so I guess
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is I've really made it a point to not just hug the tree, but like I tap every tree that I walk by, like a high five, like, hey buddy, high five. And I swear
Nice.
by the end of our walk, I am so grounded. It was as though I was standing, because those trees have so much energy going through them, especially here in the Northwest, right? They're huge, 250-foot tall Douglas fir tree. I mean, or cedar trees that are just amazing. So,
Yeah.
Nice.
I grew up in the Coeur d'Alene National Forest where there's a lot of trees. My backyard was a mountain, and we had a ton of cedar trees. We had a ton of bears too, but
Part of
I
the
grew up,
and
Diane, I
elk.
grew up in Spokane, Washington, so I was right next to Coeur d'Alene.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I grew up a little further east, Wallace.
Oh, I always thought that'd be a great place to retire.
there's a lot of Sasquatch activity up there.
Yeah.
No.
Oh yeah, but more in the Van Duzer corridor.
Yeah.
On the way to the coast,
Yeah. I'm gonna go the other way. I'm going down.
Yeah.
I think I was told to move down by you guys.
Awesome.
I guess I'm coming down to Oregon.
Yay.
Someday.
Good.
Yeah.
We need all the light we can get here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We need to displace Antifa.
We don't like we can get here. Okay, Sophie's next. Let's see. Robin, would you like to give Sophie a reading?
Yes. Let's see. I would like to know the greatest gift to my children as a mother. I am working to shift their way. Okay. Oops. Oh, my guide just threw that one out.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That makes it easy.
Your children are your soul tribe. You got card 1. A member of your soul tribe.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So on this, I wanted a fairy that was dumping diamonds into the water and a Lyran lion. So
I love the sun coming down with rays.
yeah.
It's beautiful.
He did
And
it really
the
good.
spiral
And
of life.
also, the water is a mirror of what they're doing. So
Yeah.
they see what they're
Spiral of
reflecting.
life.
So let's see. So I hope everyone knows that your children can be in your soul family, your soul tribe. Okay, and you got it up, right? So this is just a message to you. Let me turn on my light so I can read this. You have chosen this card as a reflection of your great awakening. It signifies a profound recognition of those around you, your teacher, listeners, companions, and soul tribe. These are including family, friends, mentors, and counselors, and even the pets who bring you unconditional love. This is the dawn of a new awareness where gratitude illuminates your path as you begin to truly see the positive, energetic, and supportive people in your life. Take note of their guidance, even when it feels subtle, because they are unknowingly directing uplifting energy towards you. These individuals are more than just companions. They are true and positive influences in your life's journey. They accept you for who you are and embrace your strengths and flaws with love and compassion. They stand by you through difficult and uncomfortable times and offer unwavering support. Their heart energy and spirit align with yours, creating a bond that uplifts and strengthens your soul. That is your children right there. The card calls you to celebrate this high level of understanding and the connections that have brought you here. Remember to give back the love and support you have received. Show your gratitude and continue to strengthen these beautiful bonds. You are on the right path. Great job.
Nice.
So I
Yeah.
think it tells you right there. Hold on a second. There's something deeper I need to give you. Hold on. Because of your life and what has happened in your life that has brought you to this point, you need to remember, even though there has been pitfalls, hardships, and sometimes desperation, know that your children are absorbing, they're watching you, they're looking to you for guidance, and they're absorbing who you are. They're absorbing your strengths and your energy, and sometimes your insecurities. So be mindful of this presence. Always be grateful for these children. You are their teacher now. You are their guidance. They are a respecter of you. They love you. Shower them with love and let them be one. Let them stay on their own path and support them on that path. That's very important, to let them feel free and love. And the most important thing I'm hearing from Spirit is to make them feel safe. And you are their safe place to fall.
Can I add something as well?
Yeah.
It's not only love them unconditionally, but to teach them, which is probably the hardest of all, self-esteem, not self-ego, but self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
If they can feel good about themselves, they can love themselves without the ego coming in, which is really hard for kids, hard for adults, but you can send them out in the world knowing that they'll be okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
That was wonderful, ladies. The only thing I had to add, and you both hit on it basically, the first thing that popped in my head is that maybe this is because I was thinking about my childhood, but share the love with them, but you don't need to share the fear you have with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so sometimes there's unhealed people. One of the men or women is to overshare, and I think some mothers, as their kids get older, share so much with their kids they actually share the burden. It's a little it's a codependency, and so you don't need to share every fear you have with them. Show them the strength, show them the positivity, make them feel good. Yes, educate them and wise, but don't project fear. Project love.
I think that when parents share fear with their kids, I think those are the parents that want to be friends.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yep.
That doesn't work.
Yeah. You can be friends later on when they're adults.
Yeah, much
but
later.
When they're small, they need you. And I just think you need to be a safe place for them to fall too.
Absolutely.
You got this.
Yeah.
You got it.
Nice. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you, Robin. So I chose a card for the group for tonight.
Yay.
Freedom Horse.
Yes.
I like the word freedom. My favorite word.
Right? And the card meaning is, ready for this? Let your spirit fly. Do not hold back. Break free and express yourself. This is for everyone. Flaunt your stuff, dance, laugh, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Get out of the rut. You don't need to fit the mold. Be daring. Fling your arms to the heavens. Enjoy.
Yep.
Yay! So
Yay.
that's what we're going to do from now on, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, we're already doing it, but even more.
Yeah.
Even more. Step outside our comfort zone. Yeah, totally. All
Did
right,
we
so
get everybody?
I think we did. Let me check here. Yes. Let me just see some feedback. Check in some
They are
feedback.
adults.
Monica says, I'm so happy about the partner reading. And yes, water is my heaven. You got that right. I'm excited. Thank you. You're welcome. And let's see here. Monica says, I love the river is gold because I told the universe I want him to be rich. There you go.
We're master manifestors. Aim high.
That's right.
Be specific now. And so Sophie's children were young adults. Okay, so they're a little older.
Yeah. Okay, so Andrea says, thanks. I love water and all of that is great advice. I had a beluga whale notice me in an aquarium one time. Oh, there you go. Kin. Your kin.
Did anybody go to the aquarium in Newport when Keiko was there?
I never went. I remember watching all that because I was a kid.
I did.
You know.
I took my grandson, who was very small at the time, but you know, it was really cool.
Nice. So Michelle gets a lot of cards with ravens. I think ravens even came up in a session too, if I remember correctly, or crows. Yeah. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. We haven't done a live show in a while, but we're going to do more coming up. Summer's, well, it's the first day of summer, so we're in the middle of summer. But yeah, the next one is the new moon. I'm going to do a new moon show. Whoever wants to join is welcome to join and do a little bit of new moon ceremony stuff there. So we can add to our manifestation. Anyone else want to close with anything that's on your mind or your heart?
Love one another.
Yeah.
Isn't there a song?
Yes, there is.
Oh, there is.
John Lennon.
Yes.
Love it. There is.
I just want to say on this summer solstice, thank you so much, ladies, for letting me come on, and thank you everybody for sharing and bringing in so much good energy. And you know, even though today is the most light that we get in our part of the hemisphere, I know it's the opposite on the other side, but I just the true light is within us, and when we connect to our higher selves and our heart and the Christ consciousness. So keep shining bright, and thank you for all everyone is doing. Everybody who participated in the show tonight. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Always learn
here and it lighted up.
Yep.
Right. What was that, Robin?
Oh, I always learn something when I come on the show, and I just appreciate you all. And when I don't come on the show, I'm secretly watching you. I want you to know that. I just don't have my hair done or any makeup on, so.
So secret voyeur.
Yeah, I watch you guys.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. And we will see you next time. Wow.